up, baby?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the second episode of the Oliver Podcast. It's me and Storm once again.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing today, man?
Before we get started, I wanted to thank, like for real, from the bottom of my heart, I wanted to thank everybody who listened last week. All the positive feedback from friends, family, and y'all all family, but y'all know what I mean. Just
Sure.
people that DM'd us with positive feedback. We really did appreciate it. I do want to say a special thank you to the Black Podcast Support Network. I want to thank all you guys for giving us resources and whatnot to better and broaden our audience. So thank you guys on that. Before we get into today's main topic, earlier on my Instagram story, I had posted a video of a man. A little girl had asked the man to cause they were on a plane, and a little girl asked the man, "Hey, can I sit? I like to see the landing. Can I watch the window seat?" And the guy was like, he said, "This is a perfect time for you to realize that life doesn't always go your way." And then he turned away and kept it. So I had comments. I was like, "I've actually done this before," and people were like, "Hold up, you got to tell us a story." So I was like, "Okay, so here's the story." So 2020, while everybody else was in the house, I was flying back and forth between Virginia and New York State. And on one of those plane rides, this Caucasian lady, she just acted. First of all, she was in the wrong seat. I had the window seat. She's sitting there. I was like, ma'am, that's my seat. So she was like, okay, you sit here. No, I paid for that seat for a reason. I like the window seat. So she moves. The flight is only about an hour. So about an hour in, we land in. She's like, do you mind if we switch seats? And I just looked at her, blinked my eyes twice, smiled, and proceeded to watch the plane land from my window seat. Cause you're not finna play with me like I don't know who you thought you was.
You like that, man? But it is what it is.
Honestly. Um. Okay, so like I said, thank you guys all for listening. It sounded like I'm closing when I said that, but I want to ask you a few things before we get into today's main topic. So, like always, I was on Instagram and I saw something that left me speechless. That's the word. So, speechless. This lady went on a date with a man, right?
Mhm.
And on this date, she the guy refused to compliment her. All right. Had dinner with a dude who didn't compliment me once. I thought that was really weird. I haven't spoken to him since. So you go on dates to boost your self-esteem, someone said. At no point was I expecting compliments. The absence of the acknowledgement of my effort just shows me that he might not be attracted to me, which is okay, in parentheses. And even if he is, I still prefer a more vocal partner. Hence, I didn't force him to compliment me. I simply cut him off. Hold up. I'm not dating anyone that I'm not dating anyone that I have to tell to compliment me. I'm too self-assured to do that. Affirming me and making me feel like I'm the only girl in the room is a romance 101. That's what I'm accustomed to when I date, and I won't settle just because he ticks a few other boxes. Okay. So somebody was like, so what did he not what he didn't do something right? Did he not what else did he not do right? Oh no, he was actually a perfect gentleman. He put my chair, opened doors, listened when I spoke, even sent me a full tank before I left so I could fill up on my way home. Now y'all know how expensive gas is.
Facts.
Ain't no way we go on a date. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm young. I ain't really that financially savvy. But I'm not filling up your tank. This is recent. This is a recent tweet too. This ain't something that was.
No disrespect, but I'm not doing that either. I ain't gonna lie,
I'm
man.
not. So yeah, that's we. She This is what she gets. Yeah, boost to that. We don't like that. You got any thoughts on that?
um. Okay. If y'all get triggered, y'all get triggered. I feel like a lot of women nowadays, y'all kind of ask for too much, man. Like,
Oh,
here we go. Okay, let's talk about it. So, I just want to start off by saying not all men are bad, bro. All of the feminists out here that are just like, oh, you remember that movement that they had, the kill all men movement, little thingy that they was doing?
No, what was
You
this?
never knew about that,
No.
bro? It's like them hardcore feminists, and they're
Uh-huh.
just like, oh, kill all men. But I already know it's gonna be some people out there that, oh, not one of them. He's one of those not all men, not all men, bro. Okay, but y'all do the same thing, bro. Literally. Here, okay. So let me give y'all a little example. Let's say I'm, I don't even know. Yeah, matter of fact, let me just use the same thing. Let's say I'm on a date, right? I I pull your chair for you. I pay the whole bill. You know what I'm saying? I fill your gas tank up same way he did. And then it's just like, oh, you're still not doing enough. I need a man that's gonna do this and do that and do this and do that. Lady, it's the first date. What more could you expect from me? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, y'all gotta cut that out, bro. Not everybody is just gonna be, you know what I'm saying, so straightforward. Not everybody is looking to get that intimate or that too deep in when it's the first date. It's the first date. Relax.
Okay, so let me play devil's advocate for the ladies. I understand, like, okay, so me, I'm the type of dude. If we go on a date and I think you look nice, I'm gonna be like, you look good.
Yeah,
I
you
like
look
I like
nice.
what you got
Right,
on,
right.
but
I acknowledge that.
I don't feel like, and we not in her shoes, but I just don't feel like that should have been a reason. If you, like you said, he ticked every other box. Like he was perfect gentleman, pulled chairs out, filled your gas tank up.
Yeah, that's wild. That's
Depending
wild.
on what kind of car you got, gas could be $200 to fill up, man. So anyway, he did all that, but because he didn't say something as simple as "Hey, you look nice," or him doing all that was the compliment. All right.
Now, I got a question. Do you think she went out of her way to tell him he looked handsome? Do you think ladies need to do that?
uh,
Because I feel like a lot of ladies feel like they don't need to do that. I think they look for it more in gentlemen than men look at it. Look for women to do that.
I think you got to know who you're dealing with, and I know that we said it's the first date, but you kind of got to like use your discernment and wisdom and kind of feel out a person. What's the vibe like when y'all first meet? But you first meet. Hey, hello, how you doing? How was your week or whatever? You do that
Right.
small talk while y'all driving to the date or waiting for your food. However, whenever your first meeting is, but like me personally, I would like to be told, "Hey, you look nice tonight," or "You this or you that." But I'm not gonna be upset if I don't get it.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
not
I
gonna
ain't
be like,
gonna-
"Oh, I'm not going out with her no more."
Right. Just disregard the whole fact that this dude was almost a 10 out of 10 and just disregard everything that he did for you. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You can't. It's like people, okay, let's say you went to Disney World, right? You went to Disney World, you ate the best meal of your freaking life, and you just got a new car. But then you got a smudge of mud on your new Air Force Ones. You're just not gonna acknowledge that everything else just happened and just care about your shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that deep, bro. It's not that deep. Like I get it, but at the same time, it's not that deep.
And like, I don't think that. I mean, I guess there are girls that ask for too much, quote unquote. But at the end of the day, let me say, I don't think there's anything wrong with having standards. But I think that a lot of times, and it's just human. Men and women do it when we were kids. We come up with this idea of the ideal man or the ideal woman or whatever, and we grow up thinking, I'm gonna find a person that ticks all these boxes. And it has been my experience that at this young age, I'll say that I don't think that everybody got some flaws. So you may find your soulmate, the person that you're destined to be with, that only tick 9 out of 10 boxes. You gonna throw that person away just because they
Because
don't?
they don't apply for the last box that you want.
Right.
One thing that I've learned in life is that you might get everything that you want, but no matter what you get, there's always going to be a flaw. Like you rarely come across things where it's like, oh, this is like a 10 out of 10. This is exactly what I wanted. And if you do, good for you. Props to you. Like,
I think it's human nature.
You know?
People always want more. I think we're greedy, whether it's monetarily, whether it's emotionally, whatever it is. I think just people are just naturally greedy.
me, honestly, I've never really. I feel like I've always been like a grateful person. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there could have been times where like, I wanted more, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's normal. But at the same time, I don't think I've always like was one of those people that was just like, oh, this is, even if it's like a 9 out of 10, or I'm just gonna completely disregard everything else. Like, everything else isn't good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've always been like a grateful person for what it was that I wanted or needed.
I've always been a grateful person, but I will acknowledge that sometimes it can come off as ungratefulness because I'm not vocal about it.
Right.
So I may really appreciate something, but I'm not quick to say thank you. And it's not on purpose. It's just I don't know why, but that's something I'm working on as I get older. That's what my mom used to always say, like when someone gives you something, say thank you, because I feel like now that we when I'm now that I'm older and I give, whether it's a random kid I don't know or a kid in my family, if I give them something, I'm expecting a thank you, show
Right.
some appreciation.
Right.
So now I understand how people could possibly feel when I was younger and they would give me things and I just kind of like walk
That's
away.
it.
Like I was thankful, but I just didn't vocalize it.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that, man. You know, and like I said, that's all. That's honestly all just a part of human nature. I can't really, I can't speak for everybody. I know everybody has their own way of like living and everything, which is fine. But like I said, me personally, I've always been a grateful person. I feel like I've always acknowledged the things that people do for me. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I just think some people don't have I don't know. I just think some people were born with a silver spoon in their mouths. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like not even that. I don't want to say born with a silver spoon in their mouths because I'm not only talking about like financial things, but what term can I use for like people that are just like
I think people
greedy?
expect certain things, and I think that okay, prime example. Um, I don't want to say this. Okay, so for my girlfriend's 18th birthday, we went out to this restaurant. That's what's important is something her dad said to me. Her dad kind of, I hope I think he was joking, but I kind of took it seriously. He was like, he said something along the lines of like, this girl, she expects a lot, and I was like, hmm.
Yeah,
Huh? And I found out what that meant later on, and I
mm,
didn't have a problem with that. And like, she was very understanding of the fact that like we young, and like I used to always tell her like, I want to give you the world, but I know that I can't now. But I'm gonna do my best to make sure that I give you
what you want?
what I'm able to,
Yeah, right, right, right.
and
Apply the pressure.
exactly.
hmm and like I said, man, people are just like on this earth. You have to realize that everything is not going to be handed to you. I think that's my main point. I think people on this earth, some people just think that things are just gonna like come to them like this, like the world revolves around y'all, and you gotta just take into consideration that it don't.
Right.
The world will never revolve around you. You know what I'm saying, man? It's just that part of life that everybody needs to realize. So when it comes to, not even, matter of fact, let me not even single women out, but men too.
Yeah, yeah. We
Men
gonna we,
too.
we gonna get on the
You know
men
what I'm
too,
saying?
because they
Facts.
gonna be
That's a
mad.
fact.
They ain't say nothing about the men.
Right. I ain't saying nothing about. Well, let's bring that up right now. Not even. Well, matter of fact, let me just say people. That everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody on this earth. Y'all gotta realize, man, that in life, things are not gonna be handed to you unless you're Kim Kardashian or somebody, and you just got it like that. But it's not, like I said, it's not only for money purposes and stuff
I
like
don't,
that, you know?
I don't want to cut you off, but it's something that my youth pastor always says. Shout out to Focus. I am Focus on Instagram. Omar Burton Jr. He's a youth pastor. He's youth pastor. He came up with this slogan. He's like, if I don't do the natural, God won't do the supernatural. And it's like you
Mm,
can't just people like, oh, I'm gonna get everything that's coming to me. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, that's how the world works, but you can't just sit around and think, if I sit on this couch for 20 years, magically, I'm gonna get the job of my dreams. I'm gonna get da 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 da. Like, nah, you got to put some work in. You
that's a
can't
fact.
just, yeah.
Matter of fact, let me add on to that a little bit. So here's a little fact about me. I love, 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 love working with kids. You know what I'm saying? I love working with kids. And recently I just put in an application um to, this program where it's working with kids. Matter of fact, I just came back from a workshop working with kids. But back to the point,
Yeah, you was late.
I I pretty much just I was putting in these applications. I'm like, man, I really want to work with kids. And here's a little tip for you guys. If you ever applying for jobs, bro, please do not apply for something that you are not going to enjoy. Like I said, I've always wanted to work with kids. Always wanted to work with kids. So me
Say
applying for
that.
that,
Say that again.
don't apply for jobs that you're not going to enjoy, because I promise you that second week of work, you're gonna be like, man, I don't even want to be here anymore. Swear to God. And that's usually how it always goes. But yeah, back to my main point. I put in applications, I finally got what I wanted, and it took me like 6 tries. Like I remember I was over here a couple weeks ago with you,
Yeah.
and I was putting in applications. I'm like, man, I really hope I get this job. Finally got a call back, and they want to do an interview with me, man.
Yes,
So
sir.
you always got to
You know
work.
what? That deserves a round of applause right there. Everybody, let's give a round of applause.
Yes, sir, man. You know what I'm saying, man? But yeah, man, always work for what you want in life. Not like I said, main point. Everything's not gonna be handed to you. That's my main point. That's my main point. So
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Now, staying on the topic of men and women in relationships, I saw something else that kind of I don't know how I feel about it, so I wanted to get your take on the situation.
Mhm.
Let me
Talk
find.
to me. Talk to me.
Okay, so it says this man fiance took his 16-year-old daughter to get an abortion, and he found out about it and called off the wedding. So I want to ask you, the husband or the
Man.
fiance, you find out that your fiance, your wife to be, takes your 16-year-old daughter to get an abortion. What's your next step?
Wait, she called off the wedding or he called off?
No,
the wedding?
he called off. He found out that she took his daughter to get an abortion, and he called off the wedding.
Oh, I thought you were saying like the day of when it was. Oh, so you're saying like since he found out he didn't
He
want to
found
marry
out-
anymore? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, man. First of all, this is about to be another controversial topic. Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. What is my take on this? Um, me personally, man, abortion is such a sensitive topic, so I'm not gonna get into it. I'm just gonna talk about the marriage part because, man, I ain't trying to get into that right now. Man, honestly, I don't think that was okay. You said the daughter was 16.
Yes.
Okay, sir, I don't know who you are, but if you ever hear this podcast, let me tell you something. I've been around people. Matter of fact, my freshman year of high school, I remember, I'm not gonna put no names out there, but I had a friend and she got pregnant at like 15. You know what I'm saying? She got pregnant at 15. She didn't know what to do. She was trying to get advice from everybody around the school. Knowing us, none of us had experiences with people getting pregnant before. So, I just kind of gave her my take. I said, if you're not ready to have a kid, you don't need to have it. And that goes for everybody. So with her only being 16, I am pretty sure, my good sir, that she was not ready to have that kid. I don't think that was worth you call it. Matter of fact, and another thing, your daughter's actions have nothing to do with your wife at all.
But you got to take into account the fact that that's her stepchild. That's not her biological child.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
and he found out about it. However he found out, the daughter nor did the fiance come and say, "Hey, Jerry, this happened. This took place. Melissa
Right.
got pregnant and da 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 da." That didn't happen. So he found out instead of being in the loop.
Okay. Now, okay. I can understand. I can understand the situation a little bit better. If I wasn't in the loop, I'd be, pretty upset too because I would want my daughter to tell me rather than telling the stepmother.
Right, because that's
Which is
my daughter.
understandable.
At the end of the day, it's not your place to make that
Decision.
it's neither my place or your place to make that decision on whether she has an abortion or not, because she can do it. It's her body. But to not include me or not, like, you know what,
At least tell me about it.
like, as a stepmother, I feel like she should have been like, you know what, I appreciate you telling me this, but I can't. This is something I have to tell your dad.
Yeah, man. I can agree with that viewpoint, but it's for me it's 50-50. Like I definitely understand that viewpoint and I can agree with that as well. But then at the same time, it's like she might be nervous because you got to realize that a woman talking to a woman is going to be a lot more impactful than a
Yeah,
male
yeah,
figure
I
talking
get
to
that.
a
I get
woman.
that part, especially your dad, like a daughter and your dad. Like,
Yeah, yeah. And even though that not but might not be her biological mom, she probably might have still felt a little bit more comfortable talking to, no, and no disrespect, because if I let's put it like this. If I had a wife, me and my wife got a divorce, I got a new wife, I married her and I already had a daughter,
Mhm.
and she was talking to the stepmom rather than me, it would be a little but at the same time, would I really feel too bad about it? No, because I understand. Now with this situation though, it's a tough one. Like I said, I'm 50-50 on it. I've had my fair share, you know, with young pregnancies. And I will tell you, well, not
not
me,
personally.
not me, but like with the people that I know.
Yeah,
Let me just put that out there,
yeah.
guys. I've
I
never
was
got
waiting for you
anybody
to.
pregnant
I was
before.
waiting for you to clear that up.
um, but yeah, I've known people, and I will tell you that it's not easy. So with her even going out of her way to make that decision, I do give the stepmom, sorry, a lot of respect
No, she
for
definitely get
doing
her
that.
props for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I give her a lot of respect, because I know dealing with something like that isn't easy. And being a father, you never know what his choice might have been on that. He might have been like, no, like I ain't letting you get that. You know what I'm saying?
That's how a lot of parents are. They'll
Yeah,
make you have a baby and you're not ready. They'll
yeah,
find
man.
out well, you gotta take care of it now. It ain't your responsibility. I'm believing abortion.
Right,
Oh,
right.
well,
So I mean, it's like, for me, it's 50-50. I understand from both perspectives. Now, what I will say is that the only way I wouldn't agree with the dad side is if he did find out about it and he didn't let her get the abortion. And he was just like, you gonna raise that kid. You want to make choices like that? You're gonna raise that kid. You're
and
not getting an abortion. Like,
and while
nah, man.
we don't know the personality of the father, I feel like that probably was a factor in the decision to not tell dad, because he may have been the type of person that's like, no,
Right,
you gonna take care of this baby. You
right.
made it. It's your responsibility now.
Yeah, man. And we got a lot of problems like that nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I think rates have went up for young pregnancies.
Man, rates been going up like the
Yeah, rates,
past
right.
20
Yeah, for
years.
the past 20 years, yeah, but I think they've been skyrocketing. First of all,
Definitely now,
we
because
have COVID, we had COVID, people was locked in. They wanted to be around other folks. So I mean, like, sex was kind of
yeah,
like,
and I can
you
definitely
know,
say like it's like us being young adults, 19 and 20. I feel like I've had a lot of friends and family members, who done had babies,
yeah,
that's either my age or a
man.
couple years younger than me.
In these past couple years, how much babies we done had getting brought in from our family, bro? Tons. That's all I gotta say.
Listen, think about our family. Nobody's the youngest for too long.
Facts. That's a fact. That is like literally like so
Like
accurate,
the
man.
two newest babies are actually 2 days apart.
That's a fact. One of them is in there actually.
Yeah.
One of them is literally in this house with us
Yep.
as we speak, man. But yeah, man, that was a very, very touchy subject, man, and I think we tackled that the right way.
Yeah. Now, just because I'll read the second part of the post, it says, "I really feel like the fiance was in a lose-lose situation. If she broke her stepdaughter's trust, she could hang that up for life. But now she got ghosted and she's no longer a fiance. That's tough."
That's a
Which,
fact, man. See, either way it go, I feel like it probably would have went wrong.
yeah, it was a lose-lose situation. Either way you go.
Man, I got something to talk about, bro.
Oh, definitely.
So,
We gonna do that.
mm,
All right. So you said you wanted to talk about something.
yes, okay. So today, actually, or matter of fact, nah, yesterday, I was watching one of my friend's stories on Snapchat, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a footage that has went viral in the Buffalo, New York area, of one of the teachers. I will not say the name, but man, they were walking in a classroom, and we read a lot of heavily race involved books.
Uh-huh.
So I think one of the students walked into the classroom or something. I don't know the context, so don't bash me if I get it wrong. But all I know is she was like, "My nigga," and she was a white teacher. So,
Huh?
she literally just said, "My nigga." The clip has went viral. It's been on Facebook. I've seen it on Facebook, bro. I've seen it in a lot of places, and they actually made a petition to get her up out of there. So, how you feel about that?
That sounds appropriate. She don't need to be teaching. Okay,
I don't
I
know,
got
but
another story about a teacher after this, but
I don't know if it was from a book or anything.
it don't matter. It don't matter. You
Well,
white,
yeah, that's true.
you shouldn't be saying it. I don't care. I don't understand why white people have a problem with understanding the fact that you can't say the N word. Cause all right, now peep this. Their argument is always, well, you guys say it to each other. All right, let me break it down to you.
But that's okay, because Jesus is
Yeah.
no.
No, all right. So let me break it down to you. All right, what do you call your mom?
Mom.
Okay, what does my father call your mom?
That.
Okay, by her actual government name, right?
Mm,
That's because they are peers. They are on the same level.
facts.
You can't call your mom Yvette.
Facts.
Okay, so if y'all missed the illustration there, we black. If we choose to call each other, I'm not gonna say whether it's right or wrong, but if we choose to call each other that, we can do that because we in the same peer group. Y'all can't say that. That word is off limits to you guys. Don't. I'm like that whole. Well, you guys say it. Yeah, we do. So what? You can't.
Man, yeah, bro. I literally, I ain't gonna lie, I signed that petition too because, bro, oh man, I'm not. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna get into it too much, but when I was about to graduate, I almost didn't graduate because of this teacher.
Oh.
Yeah, high school. We talking high school.
Oh.
We talking high school, man. And it was. I remember we had the senior group chat. Man, many people were gonna fail, and that people was calling her a bad teacher. It was terrible, my guy. Like,
So
you know
was
what I'm
she
saying?
racist or y'all just stupid?
We don't know. And apparently,
You don't know.
apparently, well, no. Listen, apparently, this wasn't the first time where they had a fiasco like this, or her, using racial slurs in the classroom.
Oh, so she got a history, and it's just the first time I got caught on camera, though.
I guess so. It's crazy, bro. Like, I guess they trying to get her up out of here. I signed that petition because you almost failed me. You almost failed me.
I be telling people it's the 21st century. You can't do what you did.
Facts.
Nothing's in private anymore.
Facts. Bro, I remember, I ain't gonna lie. Actually, nah, I might get canceled for this. I don't really care though. I think you remember back in the
I do.
You remember back in the WWE?
Yeah.
Where
that's right.
Vince
McMahon used to say that.
He used to be like, my nigga, and like slap people up. I ain't gonna lie. I used to think it was funny. You know what I'm saying? Because I was never really that.
I ain't gonna hold you. We was younger. And
Facts.
Yeah.
But now as we get older, I mean, it's different. Once you really learn the facts,
he can never get away with that these days.
Once you learn the history, because when we was younger, we knew of slavery and in our past, but we never knew.
We knew that. We knew the the background of the N word, and we knew that white people used to call us that, and we knew that, hey, we call each other that now. Yeah, but we didn't. We never
like looked at it in a complex way.
Because be honest, did you have white friends when you was younger that they used to say that to you? You never had white friends that said that to you? I went to private school. White kids used to say that all the time, and I'd be like, "Yo, like, I'm not with that." Like, it just I don't care if you saying it like, oh, you're a. I don't care if you saying like, oh, what's up, my like. I don't care if you saying it in like an endearing manner. I just feel like under that endearment is some low key like I get to say it and this is how I feel. Like I ain't with that big homie.
Yeah, because it's crazy. You know what? I just had a situation like this, and I got put in this group chat, right? Mm-hmm. My boy, if you're watching, because I'll probably when this gets like when we put this podcast out, you'll probably watch it. But my boy JDF, he don't live where I live. He stays somewhere else. But he put me in his group chat full of like rappers, and he was like, yo, I want you guys all on the same track. It's like 6 of us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we would do like random freestyles while we were in the thing, while we was in the group chat. So we would like pull up beats and we would like freestyle and send the videos back and forth to each other. This one cat, I ain't gonna say his name, but he was doing a freestyle, and I'm like, oh, okay, like the beat was going crazy. Yeah, he was just freestyling. And then he was just like something bigger, no, nigger. And then
the ER.
Yes, not only did he say that, but he said, I put a trigger by my nigga. And then like he said that too. So I'm just like, bro, am I tripping? So I go back and I listen a second time. I'm like, yo, this cat really said that. So I go in the group chat I'm spazzing on them. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
what's up with that? Like, why do you feel comfortable enough to the point where you need to say that? And not only did you say it once, but you said it twice. Not only did you say ER, or not only did you say nigga, but you said ER too.
Right.
That's different. If a white person is saying nigga, that's one thing. But if you saying nigger, that's another thing, because
All right, let's keep our ends to a minimum.
okay, right. You're right. Back in the day, y'all know the history. I don't gotta say it. Y'all used to use the hard ERs. So it's more offensive when y'all are saying, when you using the ERs. So I'm just like, why do you? And then it made me think, if you so comfortable to say that in a group chat, and you know that there's somebody in this group chat that's black, how often do you say it?
You're saying it at home.
Yeah,
your parents are
like,
probably saying
man.
it. Yeah. Okay. Remember, what's the name of that thing with the random people that we be on?
Omegle.
Okay.
Oh
Remember
my
we was on
gosh,
there,
bro.
and it was these two white kids. They was probably about our age. Nah, they had to be high school. They get on. They pop onto the screen or whatever. They're like, "Oh, you want to hear our song? You want to hear our song?" I didn't say it out loud, but immediately I was like, "They finna do something that I'm
That's
not
gonna trigger us. Facts.
Yes, as the first thing that came out of their mouth was that okay, no, we off of this. Like
we got them twice too.
And they think they think it's a joke. Like they'll walk, hey, what's up? Like, okay, like the Vince McMahon thing, what's up, my, like, as a joke, like, even though it's scripted. And you know what? While we on that, because that's making me mad. Think about it. The fact that Booker T, a black man, a wrestler who he said it to, the fact that we all know WWE is scripted. So the fact that you sat through rehearsals and everything and let that man say that to you, I lose a lot of respect for him for that. Because you can't pay me all the money in the world to let some white man say, "What's up, my nigga?"
Yeah, that's a fact, man. I can't. Yeah, man. It's just like, y'all got to realize that. Okay, when with the world being more sensitive and being the way it is nowadays, I can vouch for some of it. Some of the stuff, man, y'all just be some little wussies about. But with situations like this, yeah, that's a fact. We got to be sensitive to stuff like that now, because not only are we older now and we understand the history behind it, but at the same time, you gotta, like you said, times are changing. You can't do the same stuff that you used to do back in the day when we was like 3 and 4 years old.
And people always said, like, when Trump got it, like, they're like, "Oh, racism's back." Right? Nah, 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 nah. Racism never went nowhere.
That's a fact.
It was just racists were scared because they like I watched a documentary about white supremacy, and for some reason, white people white supremacists, let me specify, white supremacists for some reason feel like when Obama got elected president, like, I guess all black people was gonna decide, hey, we gonna kill all the white people, which we ain't never been on that type of time. Y'all been doing that type of time
for years.
We really ain't thinking about y'all.
That's
so like when Trump got elected, they all, that's when you had the whole rise in white pride and white nationalism, and all
they
that.
Literally storming
the Capitol, and like
what? Y'all bold. Y'all some real bold people.
Yeah, so like it's not that racism is back. It's just that they not scared no more. So they gonna be out here, and they don't respect Biden. I ain't gonna say that. Never. Yes, I barely respect Biden. Biden be tripping sometimes, some of the decisions he make. But yeah, that's just I'm not with white people saying that under any context. People be like, "Would you be mad if Eminem said?" Yes, I would.
I'm on my Capital Steez type timing, man. Y'all, man, the government be tripping. Everybody be tripping nowadays. I just don't feel like, and you're right. People don't even like to hide it anymore. People like to show their racism. Usually they try to hide it, but now it's out there.
And you know what's crazy? America is like so like, how do I put it? America is so, we done gave the world the playbook on racism, because I don't even know what happened in Canada a few like months ago, like a month or two ago, but there was riot and protest in Canada. Why was this man in the streets of Canada, in the middle of a riot or a protest, whatever it was, carrying a Confederate flag? That don't have nothing to do with Canada.
My gosh, man.
And we all know what that flag stands for. So why is America has given the world the playbook on racism.
Yep. And what's crazy, and it's crazy that you brought that up. So you guys may not notice about me, but I'm like alternative or goth, or emo or whatever you guys want to call me, because I know y'all don't know the differences between that, because y'all some bozos. But okay, let's get into it.
Let's not attack our audience.
You're right. But basically I was on TikTok earlier, right? And I saw this dude. and it was just like try not to like nod your head. And he was an emo cat just listening to music, and it was like try not to rock bob your head to this rock music. He's listening to rock music. I'm knowing some of the songs, and so I'm like I'm jamming with him. uh Before the video was over, he like pick up his phone and he go to the back, and he do got a Confederate flag hanging up in his room. And then I look in the comments and people was like, yeah man, rock on, we love that flag. And I'm just like, are you kidding me?
I remember,
Like, man,
shout out to my 8th grade teacher, Miss Lecky. She always used to tell us, like, don't let people tell you that that flag is about states' rights, because that's how they try and play. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm not racist. The Confederate flag is about states' rights." Yes, okay, sure, you win that argument. It's about states' rights to own slaves. So don't try and make it something it's not, or make it lesser than what it is. That
facts,
we
man.
everybody, you know what that flag stand for. We know what it stand for.
I don't understand. And then when people are racist, if you're gonna be racist, bro, just be racist. Stop trying to sugarcoat it. We already know. You know
Now,
what I'm
you know the thing
saying?
is though, and this is, the most dangerous kind of racist is the person that don't know that they racist. And honestly,
Yeah.
it's a lot of
I
those.
remember you were telling me about like one of somebody. I can't put
Yeah,
it out there, but I remember you was telling me
it's a
about
lot of
something
people
like
who
that.
don't know that they are.
Mm-mm.
And the crazy thing that trips me out when I think about the Confederate flag and like the South and all the monuments they have is, peep this. The Civil War, sorry. The Civil War lasted 4 years, I believe. Not only did it last 4 years, I don't know if the South is aware of this, but the South lost.
Mm.
What other country builds monuments and statues to losers and leaves them up for hundreds we are still tearing down Confederate monuments to this day. Like, what? Who does that? Who loses, and then your victor decides, but you know what? We gonna let y'all build statues. Matter of fact, we gonna build statues with y'all.
Yeah, man, that's a little. But then you gotta take into consideration that a lot of those people in that war was white.
No, but I'm saying, like, it don't matter. It's just the, like, you. How do you? What other situation can you think of where the winner was where the loser was rewarded?
That's true.
Like,
That's true.
I came to the conclusion a long time ago that most people have, like, America. They I'll say crap on us being black people, like, intentionally. Because I think about, like, we've been asking about reparations for years, and they always hit us with the, oh, there's no money for that, or da 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 da. But when COVID hit, y'all was able to come up with trillions of dollars to send everybody, a couple $1,000s.
Facts.
Or a lot of people don't notice, under the Reagan administration in the 90s, Italians actually received reparations for hangings that happened in the 1800s. So the same time black people was being terrorized, Italians were being terrorized, and in the 80s they decided, you know what? Let's get the Italians reparations. Matter of fact, every other group that has ever been terrorized by America has gotten reparations. The Japanese Americans received them for being in internment camps in World War II. They even gave Jewish people reparations, and America ain't even do nothing to them. We was helping y'all over there.
Right, with Germany and all
Right.
of that
It's
mess,
like
man.
it pisses me off to even think about it. Like, for people that, and then people be like, oh, black people always try to be like, you say you built this country. That we literally did.
Yeah.
Built this. Like, if you look at black inventions, it cut out slavery. Even if we say, we gonna disregard slavery, we gonna just talk about what's been invented by black people.
This world
after
would
slavery.
not be where it's at if it was not for black people.
It wouldn't.
I guarantee y'all that, man.
Black people invented the elevator, the traffic light. It's
Peanut butter. No, I'm playing, but yeah,
peanut butter. Shout out George Washington Carver, man. I just had a PB&J a couple days ago.
I had one yesterday.
Yeah, you the OG.
But yeah, man, it just sucks to see that even years later, 400 years later, after all of the slavery, after all of the hardships and everything, things are still the same. Things have not changed.
But with all that being said, before we change topics, I do want to this is what's going on in the news currently. Shout out to let me say Judge. Let me say that again. Judge, I gotta find it. I forgot. Ketanji Brown Jackson. She's a Supreme Court Justice nomination. She's going through her confirmation trials right now. She's a black woman, and she is on that stand, standing strong every single day. Them ignorant white men throwing her a bunch of dumb questions, and she's taking it like a G. So shout out to her. Black women, the most beautiful thing in the world.
And it's Women's History. It's Women's Month.
Yes, sir.
National Women's Month.
It's
so
her. It's herstory. That's what I'm saying, Kez.
Shout out
Herstory.
to all of the. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say shout out to all of the women, but
Shout out to all the
I'm
women,
gonna be
but
specific. Shout out to black women, man.
Black women, black queens. We love y'all. We,
You know, shout out to y'all. Even though it's a month.
no matter what
past
we
Black
said
History
at the
Month.
beginning of the episode, we love y'all. At the end of the day, we love y'all. We want y'all to know that we love y'all. You know what? That's it.
Facts, man. I don't discriminate, but you know, black women. Shout out to y'all.
Okay, so while we on the topic of teachers, going from the racist teacher, this is something that actually I heard it before, but you brought it up when we was in the car with your mom like last week.
Mm.
A teacher and her husband were
Oh
arrested.
my gosh, bro. Oh my god, it's so nasty.
They were arrested for putting her husband's semen in cupcakes and serving them to the children.
EDP 445.
We're gonna have to put the explicit on this, I think, on this episode too.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me tell you this. There is no way I'm heading up to that school and leaving in anything less than handcuffs.
That's a fact. You are getting obliterated. Why? First of all, I want to know how did they
You
solve
have
it?
to be,
Do you know?
I'm actually not sure.
I'm
stopped
looking
reading,
that
I
up
stopped
right
reading the
now.
article. I was like, gee, but you have to be a sick individual to. What's that conversation like? What you doing, hun? Oh, nothing. You know what I'm saying? All right,
Yeah.
well, maybe I'll give it. Like what? That is, dude. The world we live in is so sick and twisted. It's like my heart breaks for those parents because
And them kids and the kids
too.
Mostly the kids, man.
But you know what? In a crazy way, and I hope I don't get misinterpreted by this, but like I feel worse for the parents because the kids are young, so the kids, and when they get older, they'll understand like, yo, this effed up thing happened to me. But the parents is like, they know what happened. They know what's going on. They know what kids probably don't even know what semen is because I do believe they're young children. So it's just like, oh my God, it was disgusting. And she's a teacher, her husband's a deputy. So the point I'm like, the two of like probably the two most important jobs in our society, and you know, they doing stuff like that.
Man. And they're saying, I'm literally reading this right now. Investigators later found nude photos of them with minors. Are you serious?
Yeah, that's
Man, like, first of all, I gotta look at that later, but how did y'all solve that case? How did y'all crack it? I need to know. It's probably in the article, but I'm not gonna get into that because we're doing a podcast right now. But my guy, are you serious? Like, you really took the time out of your day to be like, maybe I'll just put some of my bodily fluids in a cupcake.
I know how you was gonna word that out. you did good. Yeah, but,
Are you serious? Like, yo, that's beyond. I don't even know what word to use.
In 20 years, I've seen a lot of disgusting things that people have done. People have said. People have whatever.
But when you bring kids into the equation,
yes.
Now it's one thing if you give that to an adult, which is still terrible.
Yeah,
but
okay,
that's a kid.
I see where you're coming from. Yeah,
that is a kid. Like, are you? Oh man, y'all gotta be some sick, twisted people to do something.
I mean, and
like
that's
that.
why I feel like a lot of times you hear about young parents of young children having anxiety because you send your kids out into the world, whether it's daycare, whether it's school, it could even be their uncle house or they auntie house. Excuse me. You don't know what they're gonna do. You're entrusting your child with someone else who is not related to them in the case of school or daycare, and then to find out that they do something like this,
I would be scarred. And for y'all parents, man, I'm scarred for y'all. That's crazy, man. And my prayers go out to all of y'all that even was victims of that.
Yes, because that is trauma. That's trauma.
Man, like, and I hope that y'all, I don't know if y'all done told y'all kids yet. I hope not, because they probably, like you said, they probably still don't understand.
That's a conversation you have
when they
older. Here's, if I was in that situation,
Would you?
if for
I
my
don't
kid-
even know if I would want to let my kids know that.
I
I'm
wouldn't.
being
If
honest.
they don't know what's going on, I wouldn't tell them. You know, if they be like, "What happened to Mrs. Dennis? She's not our teacher anymore." Okay, well, that there goes a life lesson. She did something bad, and she has to suffer the consequences for
I got
that
a
now.
question though.
What?
I'm sitting here thinking, if one of them teachers had HIV
Okay,
and
listen.
one of the
Nah,
kids
no,
consumed that,
Norm. I don't even want to get into that.
can't the kids?
Yeah,
get-
okay, yeah, but we ain't even gonna get into that. We're not
like-
even gonna go that far. But yeah, it's just that's tough, man. You entrust your kids with people, and they do. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I wasn't expecting to go there. We only got like a couple minutes left in the episode. I don't even know how to end the episode. You got any good news?
I got a performance coming up.
Yes, Norm's a rapper. He got a performance coming up. If you're in the Buffalo area, well, Norm put it on his Snapchat and
Yeah, my Instagram.
So, yeah, so you guys will have all the details. Once again, I'm in a bad mood.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah,
It's wild, bro. It is wild. Man, but like we tell y'all every episode, if y'all got any questions or if y'all want us to talk about anything, please send it to our DM at the All Over Podcast on Instagram.
absolutely.
We would love to talk about what you guys want to talk about. We would love to hear about what you guys have to say. You know what I'm saying? We would
Yes.
love to hear feedback. And yeah, man, this is a journey that we're all gonna go on.
And
you
if
know?
you click the link in our bio, if you hit the we have a link tree URL in our bio on Instagram at the All Over Podcast. If you hit that link and then hit Anchor, you can actually leave voice messages for us, and we can play them in the podcast. Because we want you guys to feel like this is your podcast as much as it is ours. We want to interact with you guys. We want to know what your thoughts are. We want y'all to tell us you know, what y'all want to hear. Because I ain't gonna lie, sometimes the internet be boring, and we'll be having topics, and then we talk about weird stuff like we
Like
did,
this.
and then get in a bad mood and. Yeah, so oh my god, that disturbed me.
Yeah, that is very,
Like when I read that
very
article,
disturbing.
it was just horrible.
And to think of that, that's not even the only thing that they did. Like that's really disturbing. Okay, let's stop talking about that because
Anyway, shout prayers to Ukraine. Yeah, everything that's going on over there. You one of them?
sure.
You one of them? Mad about them black people?
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. I'm kind of iffy with y'all Ukrainians, but I mean, yeah, prayers to y'all. I don't wish death on anybody.
Remember when Hurricane Harvey came and flooded Texas? Didn't you send thoughts and prayers to them? You did, Texas is like big racist.
True, but you don't know if the people that were affected by it were racist.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying with Ukraine. So like to be like, I don't really care about that. It's people there that's not hurting that ain't had nothing to do with them
That's
blocking
true.
the border off. So that's why
That's
I wasn't gonna say that on here, but yeah.
Prayers to y'all, man.
yeah.
Either way it go. Prayers to y'all. I don't
yeah.
wish death or grief or pain to anybody. So
Yeah, and I know I said don't attack the audience, but if you one of those people that's like African Americans, that's like, oh, I don't care about Ukraine because of what they did to them people blocking. It wasn't every single Ukrainian doing that. And so if you're withholding whatever positive energy or thoughts or blessings or prayers that you can send to them people just because of the actions of a few, you need to look at yourself.
that's a fact, man. Like I said, I don't wish, despair or pain or grief on anybody. And I know y'all going through a rough time. So with all of that, man, yeah, I know, I don't even know, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let your smile change the world. Don't let it be the other way around. Yeah. This one was heavy.
Was it heavier than last week? Yeah, I think so.
I think this one took more of an emotional toll. I think last week was kind of just like, did they really say that? Did they?
True.
Actually, no. Like I said in the beginning of the episode, I want to thank you all for the positive feedback because I didn't think I really
we
thought
was gonna
a
get
lot
more
of people,
negative than
yeah,
positive.
people have been telling like, keep going, y'all sound so good together, and then like, y'all don't even know what that did to me I'm pretty sure Nora feels similar, but like as the host of this thing, a person who is stepping out in the podcast and like to get all the positive feedback that I did,
Yo, that's a fact.
it
And
was
you're gonna get that feeling a lot more because it's the same with music. Every single time. I don't even want to just like. I know we talking about the podcast, but I just want to talk about that feeling that you get.
Yeah.
If any of y'all are working on a craft or working on anything, and just to get positive feedback from people and tell people like, how much your words is like impacting them, and just people listening to what you have to say. That's a blessing in itself, right there, man.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
you're gonna get that feeling a lot more, bro. So
And like
get used to it.
I was telling Norm before we started recording, I was like, "This is the second episode, and I'm still nervous. I feel the same way I did when we recorded the first one."
Facts.
But I'm working on it though, because I do realize because when I get nervous, I talk really fast. So I hope if I'm talking fast, I want to try to DM me like, "Yeah, bro, like slow it down, just be chill, like."
Bear with us, man. It's only the second
Yes,
episode.
bear with us. We're gonna get this audio situation right. We're gonna get, the flow of the show right. We're gonna get
Man, if y'all heard something in the background too, our apologies, bro.
we
It's
are actually we in the middle of a family gathering. We had to move up front. They got music playing, they playing cards. So if y'all get some background noise, we do
that's our bad.
apologize.
That's our bad, man. We just thank y'all for sticking around, man.
Yes,
we are
sir.
truly grateful for y'all, man.
The All Over Podcast, episode 2. We out. Peace, love, and blessings.
Love y'all. Peace.